We are
أستاذ
going.
بس على السريع لو سمحت.
So let's go. I'm sharing my screen right now. We have an interesting topic to study it today. Yes, so strange happenings. If you have the book, it's on page 62. Yes. طبعا هذا آخر درس, the last lesson for art students. We finished this one, poetry, and this one is the last lesson. So strange happenings. Before we start with this, let me ask you something. Have you heard about any strange stories happened in any part of the world? For example, in the Atlantic Ocean, in the Arab countries. What about you, Abdullah? Yeah.
No, like I'm not specifically interested in such things, but I think I've heard in the news maybe before.
But you think that I mean these things, I mean they are not true? It's a kind of imagination, you think?
Probably, yes. I've never seen something in my own eyes before, only heard about stuff like that.
Yes, thank you, Abdullah. Let me ask Iba also the same question. Have you heard these strange stories? I mean, they are.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, like what?
I don't know, nothing came in my mind right now, but I'm really interested in this stuff. So I heard and I read a lot about it.
Okay, so Iba, in Egypt, have you heard any strange stories about pharaohs, about Tutankhamun, about anything?
Yeah, of course, I have.
Yeah, can you quickly just give us just one thing you remember it? Like what?
No, I don't know, nothing came in my mind, but
I mean, just
if I don't know.
Yeah.
I heard about لعنة الفراعنة. I don't know what exactly is the sentence in English, and it's true. Like if you like disrespect the disrespect them, yeah, you will like have a trouble in your life, and it happens a lot actually.
So
disrespect the places.
The curse.
Yeah, the curse.
Curse.
Yes, the curse.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. By the way, Iba, we have one of these stories. We have it in today's lesson. We will see that. Let me see. Or Haya, she left. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to see some strange happenings here. We start with the first story, which is about Bermuda Triangle. مثلث Bermuda. This is what, how do we call it? So Abdullah, you will read, but please 1 minute. Let me just close the window. 1 minute.
Okay, take your time.
Okay. Yes, Abdullah. So you can start reading the first part to see what is it about.
Should I read? Do you want me to read from the book or from your share screen?
No problem. I mean, if you have the book, you can read from.
Yes.
It is on page
62. Yes, I have it open.
If you don't have, you can read from my screen here. No problem.
Okay. The Bermuda Triangle is a name given to an area of the Atlantic Ocean between the islands of Bermuda and Puerto Rico and the coast of the state of Florida in the USA. It is famous because many ships and planes have disappeared there.
Yes, thanks. So مثلث برمودا, Bermuda Triangle. With this area, it is in the Atlantic Ocean, المحيط الأطلسي, between the islands of Bermuda and Puerto Rico. This is in the US, near to Florida, in America. So this area, I'm sure that the map is not clear. I'm sure that you have heard something about this story. Didn't you?
Yeah, a lot.
I have, yes.
So, I mean, some people say that, I mean, if there are any planes passed over this area, they disappear. Any ships also cross this area, they disappear. So this is a strange thing. I mean, until now, they don't have, I mean, clear and true explanations for what's happening there. Okay, so thank you very much, Abdullah. This was an introduction about this. Iba will read more about it. Yes, Iba, go to the second paragraph.
اللي هو okay. Perhaps the biggest mystery in the loss of 5 USA heavy planes in 2008. لحظة واحدة يا مستر، معلش هعمل حاجة لحظة واحدة.
Yeah.
Should I continue reading?
Let's see, maybe Iba will be quick. So, Navy planes. Okay, Iba, we will be late or just you will come? Okay, just wait a minute to see if she will come.
Okay, أكمل.
Yeah, in 19.
In 54 50 لا 45 at 2 p.m. in December 5th, they took off from Fort Lauderdale to fly over Bermuda Triangle. The weather was perfect. Soon afterward, the leader of the flight sent the message on the radio. We are, of course, cannot see the land. Everything is wrong and strange. The ocean doesn't look the way it sounds. And then silence. Another aircraft was sent to look for missing planes, but it was never seen again. In total, 6 planes are even 27 men has disappeared. Nobody has ever been able to explain this or any other disappearance over 100 لا مش 100 yeah 150 shapes and the planes and more 2,000 people have been lost in the part of the ocean.
Okay, thank you very much. So here طبعا الكارثة اللي حصلت إنه عدد كبير يعني من الطائرات اختفوا. So the biggest mystery, the loss of 5 US Navy planes. This was in 1945. Maybe 60 or 70 years ago, yes. So in this area, Lauderdale, they want to fly over Bermuda Triangle. This, as you can see here. طبعا أرسلوا إشارة بالراديو أو تسجيل صوتي. This one said, we are of course يعني خارج المجال أو خارج المسار. Of course. So we cannot see land. Everything is wrong and strange. آخر رسالة وصلت من السفينة المختفية عفوا من الطائرة المختفية this one from the captain the pilot. So the ocean doesn't look the way it should. Then silence. Another one also to see to look for was sent to look for the missing planes, but also they disappeared again. So how many planes? 6 planes, 27 men had disappeared in that time. يعني هذه الكارثة اللي كانت لما يختفي عدد كبير من الطائرات وما تجد تفسير منطقي لإيش اللي يحصل يعني. ما فيش أي أثر لهم يعني لا في الأرض ولا في السماء ولا في البحر. No way. Where are they? So nobody has ever been able to explain this or any of the other disappearances. So أيضا السفن 150 ships and planes and more than 1,000 people they have been lost in that part of the ocean. طيب تتخيلوا انه هذه الاشياء حقيقيه ولا خياليه فقط؟ What do you think about this?
حقيقية طبعا.
يعني موثقه هي موثقه يعني موثقه من مركز يعني في امريكا. So it's not just imagination or we heard about something like dragons, تنين or something like dinosaurs. No, this is something documented, موثق, documented. Yes. طيب, let me ask you this question. If you were asked to explain what's going on there, do you have any logical explanation for that? What about you, Abdullah? I mean, if someone asked you to explain,
it's just a mystery. I honestly do not know. Like, I know some people are into this kind of stuff, like mysteries and all kind of stuff like that. But I personally never got into it.
Yeah. So, but you believe in that. I mean, these stories, you believe that they are true. They are not imagination, right?
Well, I mean, to be honest, like it's hard to believe the media and specifically the American media.
Yes. So, I mean, sometimes or some information, maybe they are not totally true or completely true, you mean?
Yeah, they are created to probably deceive the public or make them believe. I'm sure there is many reasons behind it.
Yeah, so yes, this is your opinion. Maybe there is something wrong or something not true about them, or somehow maybe true. Yes. Okay, anyway, this was about the first story or the first strange happening, Bermuda Triangle. Let's see another thing or another strange happening. This is what Iba was talking about, the curse of Tutankhamun. So, Iba, Tutankhamun, is it a pyramid or a person or who? What is it? This one?
A person. He's a king. He was a son of the king, and he then became a king, and then he died.
Iba, and this is this photo for him or just imagination? I mean, this photo.
No, this is mask for him. He was made a gold mask for him. He was wearing. But it's not like this is his face. It's just a mask.
Yeah, mask. Yeah, I understand. Thank you. So let's see. So we want to see La'nat Tutankhamun or the curse of Tutankhamun. Yes, Abdul. So you can start reading.
The curse of Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun was the king or pharaoh of Egypt over 3,500 years ago. He died when he was only 10 years old and was buried in Luxor in southern Egypt. As was the custom in those days, his tomb, the room where his body lay, was filled with treasure and then closed in. In later years, robbers used to break into the pharaoh's tomb to steal the treasure, but the tomb of Tutankhamun stayed hidden for centuries. Then in 1923, the British archaeologist Carnarvon found and broke into the tomb. Above the gold coffin of the boy king was a piece of writing, which Carnarvon translated. It read, "Death will come to those who disturb the sleep of the pharaohs."
Yeah,
2 months later,
okay, yeah, so this is the beginning of the story. I mean, it was an introduction about Tutankhamun. Okay, he was like the king or pharaoh about 3,500 years before or ago. 10 years, when he was 10 years old, 10 years old, he died and buried in Luxor. Luxor, this is a famous area or city in Egypt, in the north, in the south, sorry. And the tomb, what's the meaning of tomb? أي من الكلمات الجديدة في الدرس. tomb.
قبر
tomb like معبد أو قبر.
أو مزار.
Mazar, yeah, something like that. So then they buried him, دفنوه, and he was filled with treasure and then closed in. غطوه بالكنوز واغلقوا عليه المكان. In later years, robbers used to break into the pharaoh's tombs to steal the treasure. Robbers يعني الحرامية والسرقة اللي يحاولوا انهم يسرقوا الكنز. But I mean this treasure or this tomb stayed hidden for centuries. ما حد قدر يوصل إلى هذا القبر أو مكان الكنز يعني. In 1923, British archaeologist. What's the meaning of archaeologist?
عالم صح؟
عالم آثار.
عالم الآثار.
متخصص بعلم الآثار أو عالم آثار from Britain. He found where can you go to the tomb. عرف فين المكان اللي توصل منه للمعبد. So above the gold coffin. coffin بمعنى نعش اللي يوضع فيها الميت. gold coffin. The body king was a piece of writing. كان في شيء مكتوب. ايش هو الشيء المكتوب؟ Death will come to those who disturb the sleep of the pharaohs. يعني الموت لمن يؤذي نوم الفرعون أو الفراعنة. So this was the writing. طبعا هو عالم آثار يعني مش مسلم بريطاني أو كذا، فممكن ما يأخذ العبارة هذه بعين الاعتبار يعني. Maybe he will not believe that. So let's see what happened. Okay, thanks Abdullah. So Eva, let's go to the second part to see what happened to the British archaeologist.
2 months later, Carnarvon was died. Doctor said that he has been bitten by a mosquito. Other members of his team died of mysterious illness soon afterwards. After 6 years, 12 of the people who break into the tomb were died. Other deaths follow in 172. The treasure of Tutankhamun was flown to London by plane for cancellation for years later. The pilot of the plane died suddenly at the age of 14. At the time, his wife said, um, "It's the curse of Tutankhamun uh, that killed him."
The curse that killed. Thanks. إذا هاي الحادثة الغريبة, this strange happening, after 2 months, I mean this man was dead, died after 2 months. طيب ايش كان سبب الوفاة؟ بعوض. He had been bitten by a mosquito. Also, not him. Some of his team, الفريق اللي كانوا معه في الفرقة الاستكشافية توفوا أيضاً بنفس المرض، بمرض غريب. So after 6 years, also 12 of the people who had broken into the tomb were dead. Other deaths followed. يعني الناس اللي عملوا هذا الشيء توفوا في سنوات قليلة، كل البعثة اللي قامت بهذا الشيء. So in 1972, the treasure was flown to London. أخذوا هذا الكنز إلى لندن للعرض يعني. After some years, the pilot of the plane died suddenly at the age of 40. الشخص اللي كان يقود الطائرة أيضا اللي فيها النعش توفي في عمر 40 أيضا. Also, his wife said what? It was the curse of Tutankhamun that killed him. Okay, this is the story. Let me ask Abdullah, what do you think about this? Do you really imagine that this is the curse that happened to all those people, or just, I mean, some people think because of that?
Maybe the environment where they travel to or lived in, that's why they got the deadly mosquitoes.
Yeah. Abdullah, in Iraq, for example, do you have, I mean, similar stories or something strange like that? I mean, the curse of someone, the curse of, I mean...
No, not really. Like, I've seen people invent such stuff lately, just because they're not that much educated.
Yeah, so you don't believe in such things, I mean. You don't really believe in these things, right?
Yes.
Thanks. Iba, do you really believe in the curse of Tutankhamun or the curse of pharaohs? I mean...
100%.
Really? You believe in that?
Yeah. Instead, back in time, they were using the black magic, and there's a lot of the black magic was something normal back in days. And black magic is very strong magic and not a joke. So they would always use it. And there's you're not gonna believe me, or probably gonna be like, what is that? But there's a jinn who's very famous. They were using for the black magic to like protect them, or help them to achieve whatever they want, something like that. So yeah, it's true, 100%.
Okay, thanks. Because you are very close, I mean, to these stories, and these stories are happening in Egypt, and you are from Egypt. Maybe you have something different or different opinion. Thank you very much anyway. So this was the second story, or the second strange happening about today's lesson. Let's see the last one. It's about Ariel's dream. هاي قصة غريبة, but this one happened in a foreign country. It's not in Arab country, I think. Yes. So, Iba, you can read this part.
Ariel's dream. The main industry of Eprophan, a small town in South Wales, used to be digging for coal. Coal dust and small pieces of coal could not be sold. So they were built up in heaps called slags. Hill heaps. They were like small black mountains. There was primarily school in the town, and the hill above the school was Lake Hip. أكمل؟
Yeah. Errol.
Elle Jones went to the primary school in Aprofan. One day, she told her mother about a dream. She dreamed that she had gone to the school, but the school was no longer there. Something black had come over it, she said. 2 days later, the slag head slid down the hill and covered the school. 144 school children and teacher died. Wow.
My God. So this is the story this story is very strange, but it really happened. It's in the UK, in Aberfan, in South Wales. So the people used to be digging for coal. كانوا يحفروا للبحث عن الفحم، منجم في مناجم الفحم. طبعا مخلفات الحفر وهي الاشياء يرموها، تتراكم عباره عن اكوام. Pieces of coal could not be sold. ما حد يشتريها. So they were piled up، تكوم او تحفظ على شكل اكوام in heaps اكوام. ايش يسموها؟ slag heaps. slag يعني الخبث او هذا الشيء نتيجة اللي ينتج عن الفحم اللي ما منه اي فائدة يعني، بس بقايا. So they were like small black mountains. من قريب من المكان there was a primary school in the town, and near this slag heap. هاي الطفلة اللي اسمها إيرل جونز. She used to study in this school. One day she was sleeping and dreamed about something strange. حلمت إنه هاي الأكوام إنه that she had gone to school but the school was no longer there. حلمت إنه مرة من الأيام فاقت وراحت المدرسة والمدرسة اختفت، ما كانت موجودة. طيب إيش حصل بعد أيام؟ Something black had came over it, she said. طيب 2 days later الكوم اللي كان موجود قريب المدرسة سقط وغطى المدرسة كامل. 144 school children and teachers died because of this. So this happening is a little strange from number 1 and number 2, but it's kind of dream. Abdullah, do you think that sometimes we dream about something and then it really happens, or similar thing happens?
Yes.
So you have tried this? I mean, in reality, in your life, you have tried this?
Yeah, I have had deja vus before. I have had dreams that came close to true before.
They came true, right?
Yes, or close.
Yes, thanks. What about you, Iba? Have you heard about similar stories, or someone dreamed about something and this thing really happened?
Yeah, my mom.
So
My mom all the time.
yeah. So thank you very much for this reading. Just focus on the new vocabulary in this lesson. So we finished reading about strange happenings, but we have here Bermuda Triangle, Tutankhamun, and the Eros dream. So this will be your homework on page 94. I hope that we had time to do it together. So the first one, look for some countries, 4 towns, 3 people, 3 dates. It's easy, you can find them. Here we have some direct questions about the lesson, the biggest mystery. The biggest mystery is about Bermuda. When did it happen? You will see. Why is it a mystery? What else happened in the area? The second one also some information. You can find them here in the paragraph. أهم شيء هذا السؤال راح أساعدكم فيه بسرعة. It is on page 95. بدو كلمات نفس المعنى. نشوف إنه تذكروا بعض الكلمات. Small pieces of coal and coal dust. من يذكر الكلمة بهذا المعنى؟ Small pieces of coal and coal dust. هل قلنا مخلفات الفحم؟ Slag. Yes. A pile يعني كومة.
Pile of slags.
Heap. Slag heaps. هي بنفس الكلمة. Heap. First. Errol was studying in school.
I didn't pay attention, sorry.
Primary school.
Primary school. First يعني primary. Yes. Moved across the top of.
Bermuda Triangle.
No. This is a verb.
What?
بآخر نص. Slide. ايش الماضي من slide؟ slid. انزلق أو طمر. Yeah, in this meaning. Yes. So that's it. Thank you very much. Please write this 3 or 4 vocabulary. They are, from your lesson. They are answers to this question. And the time is up now. If you have any question, you can ask. And thank you very much for your reading. It was an interesting story, and we got some information about strange happenings. Okay, any question?